Good evening everybody and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR3 on the PS4 side and we are under the floodlights for round 2 today here at the Sakir International Circuit for the Bahrain Grand Prix. First race was back in 2004 where the race was dominated by the two Ferraris quite convincingly for the whole year as well, interestingly enough. And it also became a night race since the hybrid era started in 2014. So I am Jess. I'm filling in for Hugo again this week for the second round of Season 6, which should be really fun. And if you're watching last week, it was pretty decent racing, very entertaining, and I hope tonight will bring the same, especially under the floodlights and with amazing graphics. So before we get to the track action, let's just go through this circuit for you. It is a 5.4 kilometer circuit with 15 corners in a total, a similar distance to Shanghai in China where we are next week in fact. And also there are 3 DRS zones, one in the DRS straight on start finish straight, and there's one in turns 10 to turn 11, and there's a brand new DRS zone introduced this year in turn 4. And with 2 DRS zones close to each other, hopefully we should see more wheel-to-wheel action, and low downforce is key down the multiple DRS straights, but they have to have higher wing angles in the tricky corners as well, like turn 12 and 13 for example. So the drivers have got to find a right balance for everything. So I'm just going to go through the standings quickly before we go off to qualifying. So here's your standings from last week. So as you can see, Paga won the race last week quite convincingly with 25 points, with Tom in second. He told me to call him Darren for this week, which I will do. Anyway, we have CJ Slicks and a Mercedes in P3. He was a P3 last week. Game Boys 4th, Spaghetti Chips 5th, Dinnan 6th, Verstappen 7th, Norman's 8th, Kryptonite 9th, and there was a reserve driver, which I completely forgot who it was, in P10. And then everyone else yet to score. And then a quick look at the constructors. I almost lost it for a second. There we go. So Mercedes topped the constructors with both 2 Mercedes were on the podium. Then it was Red Bull close behind, and then it's Williams in 3rd, Toro Rosso 4th, Renault 5th, Ferrari 6th, Alfa Romeo 7th, and then Racing Point, Haas and McLaren yet to score. So are you guys ready for qualifying? I am. So let's get started with the action. So this should be exciting, and yes, I've got the sound muted because otherwise it would have been full blast for a minute there, but I think we are okay, which is good. So we can, hopefully you guys can hear the sound just fine as well. So yeah, so anyway, strategy, it's played dividends for quite a lot of the drivers this week, and they were all on different strategies, to be honest. So that's the thing I like about this race, is any strategy could help a driver either win or lose a Grand Prix, or even lose a point. But the ideal strategy for these drivers to make sure they get their tyres to the end is mediums to hards. Now, mediums is a good qualifying tyre. It will set you up in the top 10 of the grid. Whereas the hards, they last a good race time. They can last quite long to the end of the race. So that is a good strategy to do. And some people in some tiers this week are try soft mediums. Now, it's only good if you're like dominating a position, really, and you want to keep that position. But it is the same race time, so you know, we'll never know. And if there's a cheeky safety car or two, they can do the old 2-stop and start on the hards possibly, then go on to the mediums, and then go on to the softs at the end. Or someone, they might want to do hard to soft, but that is not ideal around here. So yeah, I hope that gave you a little bit of a strategy. Anyway, we've got a yellow flag in set to 2. I think we're going to see a lot of yellow flags in set to 2 today. So currently on pole is Paga on the set of the hard tyres with a 128.461, which is not a bad lap time, not a pretty bad lap banker time for a set of the soft tyres, hard tyres, sorry. There's one person that's on the softs currently already, and that is Dougie in the Alfa Romeo. So I wonder if he's the one that's going on the 2-stop as well. So I wonder if he can read my mind or something. He might do, but you never know. But he's going to dive into the pits. Quite a lot of people are diving into the pits, but let's just see who else could be on a lap. I think Josh could be on a lap. He is filling in for Sciappellini again this week, and I don't think Sciappellini can make the first few rounds, so that's why Josh is stepping in to fill in that reserve for the next couple of weeks. Well, he filled in last week. Now, I do believe he was the one who got fastest lap last week, and he was outside the top 10. And he's hoping to get that this week. Another guy who's also fitted on the soft tyres is Spaghetti Chips down in last at the moment, who's in the pits. So, yeah. The one person who I've seen the softs to mediums work is Nicholas in ILR3. But he is mega quick and he's an esports driver. So, yeah, not really that surprised that they can make the stops work. Now, I'm seeing quite a lot of people on more laps on the hard tyres because you can stretch those hard tyres to go on for 2 laps on qualifying as long as you manage your ERS correctly. As Campbell just goes through turn 10 and 11. Very tricky actually because the apex is so blind. You have to brake really early and also turn quite quickly as well. So yeah, as Campbell is going into the pits, I think quite a lot of people are diving in to the pits for now. As Pedro, he is in the other Ferrari, he's 4th at the moment, so he's been the other guys who come before him as well. So it's getting to quite a period when most of the guys would want to have the track order themselves. They might want they might not want traffic, but it's really up to them on when the best time is to go out, and pretty much early as possible on your first stint, quite in the middle on your second stint, and then around about 3 minutes or 2 minutes to go on the third stint. Now, I'm very intrigued. The guy in P15, is it the same person I commentate on Xbox Oceania, or it might be another person that's called that? I'm not entirely sure. His name rings a bell, but it might not be the same person. His name is that laggy person. I wonder if it is the same. I don't think so. I think it might be another person called that. But if someone could find out that for me, that would be great. But I do believe he's reserve driver for this week anyway. So, yeah. It's good to see him out on track. He's on an outlap at the moment. I'm going to see who else could be on an outlap. Literally everyone's going on outlaps at the moment, apart from a few people that are in the pits. I think a lot more people are going on to a set of the mediums as well. The medium compound tyres, which is the best tyre to be on. And 128 on the softs from Dougie is not really a fast lap time on the soft. Really, it could be a lot higher than that. But anyway, let's go on a quick hot lap with that laggy person then. I wonder if it is the same person. Here we go. As the run to turn 1 is very, very long, as you can see from the start finish straight. You brake just before the 100 metre board and almost maxing out 8th gear. Braking here is absolutely tricky, and then you're about to go to the next DRS straight. He went a little bit wide there, approaching turn 2. It is really hard. Turn 3 is a corner only in name, and you go past the second DRS straight quite well as well. Just going past turn 5 and then going through to turn 6 and 7 with the S section coming up as well, which is one of the hardest corners on the circuit. Don't get the power in too early, because otherwise you're going to bing it into the wall. Just past turn 8 and then going to the long straight of turn 9, and then the very tricky turn 10, going down into second gear here to get the best possible traction on. There's a little bit of a slide there. That might be an invalidated lap time from him, but we'll see as he flips the DRS wide open. I don't think it's going to be a very fast lap time, but don't forget, this is his second lap on the hard tyres, so I don't know. We might have not warmed up his hard tyres enough for him to go on the lap. We'll have to wait and see. Just past turn 13 now, going into the long back straight, just for the penultimate few corners. Nearly maxing out revs here in 7th gear, then dropping it down to 3rd. Still in hot lap mode on ERS at the moment. As laggy person comes across the line, what does he set? It is a 1, I didn't see, it was a 1:29.1. He did improve by 4 tenths, but that still puts him in P14. Now, who else is on a lap that I can follow? I'm trying to see if anyone else is on a set of mediums that I can follow. Joachim, there we go, in the other Haas car. How convenient. I do believe, no, he is not on, I think nope, he's on a outlap, or an in-lap. So, because he's on ERS mode 0, but he might have had his lap time invalidated as well. So, some of you would want to see the best tyres. There we go. So, everyone's on the hard tyres, set their best times on the hard tyres at the moment, apart from Dougie on the softs. And Lewis is rooting for Lenny in the chat, but unfortunately, Lenny has done a bottle and he is out the session, and he will be starting from last place at the back of the grid unless Josh doesn't set a time. But since Spaghetti Chips retired, I think that's what it's going to be like for the race. We'll have to wait and see. So everyone is on the hards at the moment, but we'll see quite a few people go on to 7 mediums. As you can see, it's Alex Killer has gone at par with a 128.3. So he's beat Pagger for now, but he's still on the hard tyres, I believe. So I think he's just finding his feet a little bit on the hard tyres. Maybe he wants to start on the hard tyres at the start of this race, which is what I did in ILR3 before my strategy completely bottled when I was a safety car, because I always mess up in safety car situations. Not going to talk much now, but anyway, good job from Alex Killer. And let's just go right. Where is Kryptonite on track? He's just gone past sector 3. I don't think he was on. No, he was on. He was on an in lap as well, and he's going to dive it into the pit. Literally everyone's diving into the pit. And interesting enough, only a few people going on a few runs and not going for a middle stint, which is okay. And that means you don't have to use up most of your tyres. So, you know, it is quite advisable, but it does depend, really. And as he goes into the pits, I'll just see who else is out. Josh is out at the moment on ERS mode 1. But let's go on board with Jochen, who's definitely on an out lap now, as he just passed turn 11. A little bit of a slide again. I noticed that these Haas cars are very much struggling in these turns. Possibly it might be due to the setup, and don't forget, I did say earlier on in the stream that even though you need low downforce when you get to the DRS straights, when it gets to tricky corners like turn 12 and turn 13, you would need higher wing angles. So just find the balance, really. As Jochen comes across the line, and he's pole, 127.9. Not the fastest we've seen this week, but it's a pretty decent lap time off the bat to make sure that he sets a final good lap in qualifying. So if he sets this lap time now, imagine what he's going to do for the rest of qualifying then. As he's the only one out. Is he going for another lap? No, he's not. So, who else could be on a lap at the moment? I think Campbell. Campbell's on an out lap at the moment in the Ferrari. He's got free traffic though. He's got a bit of clear air, so he could use the best opportunity to warm his tyres and also get the most clean lap. And he's probably going to hope that no one else comes out in front of him when he goes out the pits. So, anyway. So, as you can see, everyone that's about to go out on the lap, they're on the mediums. No one's on the softs, no one's on the hards. So, that is interesting. So, don't forget, if you're on User League Racing and if you're just tuning in for the first time, if you qualify in the top 10, you will have to start the race with the tyre you qualified your fastest lap on. So at the moment, the top 10 will qualify on mediums. So let's go. Campbell is going on a lap at the moment as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Alex Killer's on an out lap. Cohen is as well. Dinanan and that laggy person is also on an out lap. So I suggest for some of these people, they want to be the last person on the track as well, because the track really does start to evolve quickly, especially in Bahrain. I was watching ILR1 Xbox back the other day, and you can tell that the times were coming in thick and fast in qualifying, and there were some people going out in the right moments, and there were some people going out in the wrong moments. So, yeah. So I wonder if it's going to be the same, and they're just waiting for the best of possible opportunity. Campbell's going to have a lot of advantage, so I do expect a quick lap from him. Now, Campbell, I do know, because I commentated on a few races with him when I was doing ILR4 comms in Season 4. And I think he stayed in ILR4 last season, and then he moved up to ILR3 this season. So he's made up jumps, really, and there's some assist that he has turned off, obviously. So hopefully we'll see a massive improvement, and I've seen as that laggy person is luckily moved out the way, as I think that's what that yellow flag is for. Literally everyone else is going out for a lap now. One still in the pits. It's going to be too close to call, I think, for getting out. So they probably won't have time to get a lap in. But here comes Campbell then. And I was right. That free traffic definitely did help him. A 1:27.9. And that puts him in pole position. Now, what could Alex Killer respond to that? He's going through sector 2 now. Going towards just past turn 8. And he goes through turn 9 and 10. Everyone's gone out except Lawman. So I think Lawman won't start any higher than P12 because I don't think there's any way you can get in unless you qualify. I don't know. It's going to be too close to call for that one. And Kryptonite as well. There's no way Kryptonite is going to. But I think he might be happy with his hard lap. He might be committed to the hard tyres. You never know. As Cohen has just gone fastest then. He has responded to Campbell quite convincingly as well by 19 thousandths of a second. Oh my God. As Dylan has just gone fast as well. Yep, track time is starting to evolve. I was saying this and I wasn't wrong. So, mate, it also reminds me of Hungary as well when Q1 tracks were evolving as well. So, Alex Killer comes across the line and he goes fast as well. Oh my God, we're seeing times go pretty quickly. And then Dylan goes into P2 as well. So, pretty decent lap time from him. What about Pagger, who I do believe is on his flying lap at the moment? There's a yellow flag in set 3, not quite sure what happened. Is anyone further on a lap? The checker flag is about to fall. I think Pagger is further on a lap than anyone else, so let's follow Pagger as Alex Killer has decided that he is happy with his lap, so he is going to call it quits for now. I think Pagger's going to have enough time to go out for one more lap, which is quite convenient actually, so he had time to go out for 2 laps, so let's just follow Pagger as Laggy just jumps him into P6 on the 7 mediums by around about a tenth of a second. But let's see, Pagger comes across the line. What does he improve? He only goes up to 3rd. Times are pretty close already here in ILR3. It is a very stacked up grid. Now, is anyone that I haven't followed on a flyer? Now, Terra, he's going through sector 1. Owen's going through sector 2. And the chicken flag is fallen. So I think the last person that's going to cross the line will be Owen's teammate Pagger, I think. Unless the other guys do it. And Josh could not improve. He sits himself into P7. Let's jump on board with the others. As Dylan comes across the line. He comes on the line in P2. Cohen could not improve. He stays in at P4. What about Campbell? Campbell's in sector 2. Joachim, he's in sector 2 as well. How about Torpedo? No, Pedro, sorry. Oh my God. He's going through sector 2. So let's just go. I think Owen is furthest on the lap, so let's follow him. He improved a lot by 1 second, so he's had a stonker of a lap at the moment. Maybe he's put less fuel on or something, but it looks like it's going to be pretty good and possibly he can qualify in the top 5. He's 15th at the moment. Let's see if he can improve from 15th. Can he get pole like last week? Yes, he does. Can he make it 2 for 2? We'll have to wait and see, but Campbell could be the one to steal his thunder. We'll have to find out. Campbell comes across the final corner. What lap time can he set? Can he beat Owen's time with a 1:27.3? No. And Norman's comes across the line in P2. I think the only guy that can improve is Kryptonite. He goes across the final corner as well. Does look pretty good as well. It's going to be absolutely intense. What can he do? Can he beat Paul? No, he stays 12th. So for the 2nd week in a row, but this time he had to fight for it. Last week he got pole quite early on, but this week he had pole at the very last dying moments, and it just goes to show, wait for the last possible moment and you can do it. So for the 2nd week in a row, Owen Wyatt is on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix. He's hoping to have a much better result than last week. He's hoping to not crash at lap 3, which I hope not, touch wood. And if I jinx him by saying that, then I'm sorry in advance for you watching this back. But anyway, yes. So I think out of all the leagues I've commentated this week in ILR, I haven't seen anyone that's got pole twice in 2 weeks. So that is good. So let's go and look at the timings in a minute. And there's my XP. I don't know why. Look at this. Look at the timings. Up to 16th. Wow, by 9/10. Jesus, this is going to be a close race, I can tell you that. But anyway, Owen Wyatt takes pole by only 12 thousandths of a second, so Lawmans did put a good lap as well. And we got Alex Kinner in 3rd, Dougie 4th, Pagger 5th, Dylan 6th, Pedro 7th, Campbell 8th, Cohen 9th, and then Darren rounds up your top 10 with Yoko and Kryptonite, Resty, Terra Racer, Josh, that laggy person, CJ Slicks and Spaghetti Chips, the only person not to set a lap time. But could he do a last 2? I don't know. I did see someone in ILR1 Xbox that came from like 11th to finish on the podium. So it is still possible. It is still possible for him to do that. And I am bringing a supercharged water back this week, like I'll be doing for the last 2 streams, because I usually do it in the other regular leagues I commentate for ILR. So this will be the second week that it's doing, and I'm actually going to try and persuade Hugo to bring it in when he does ILR3 from next week onwards. So if you're watching this, Hugo, from France, please bring it in next week. We'll have to wait and see. So, now, I think everyone, I believe, in the top 10 will be on the medium compound tyre, I think. So, that is going to be the case at the moment. Did I just retweet? I forgot to retweet the tweet. How silly of me. What a meanie of a commentator that I forgot to retweet the stream. Otherwise, they won't know about the stream. There we go. So, let's get the tyres up for you. So, yeah, I was right. The top 10 starting on the medium tyres. Let's go through the bottom half. The other people that are also starting on the medium compound tyres is Josh in P15. And also Spaghetti Chips in last place in P18. Everyone else, which is Joachim, Kryptonite, Westy, Terra Racer, That Aggie Person, and CJ Slicks on the hard compounder tyres. No one is going for the soft, so looks like everyone's going to go for the one stop unless the guys up front want to do medium, soft, which is highly unlikely, but we'll see. But I know from some of the top guys, they are very adventurous when it comes to strategy, so should be interesting. So, Alex Killer last week was very good at starts, but he didn't have the best when it came to track position towards the end. I think he retired last week. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully, we can have less retirements this week than we did last week. Last week we had quite a lot, but it was the first round of the season, so it was quite expected. Hard to medium is slower. Yeah, it is. It is slower than mediums to hards, so probably mediums to hards will be better because you are gaining track position, whereas hards to mediums, you've got to try and warm your tyres as well and make sure you stay out of trouble. So I wonder if these guys want to stay out of trouble for the ones qualifying on the hards anyway. I don't know. But will we see an ILR race where every single one that started the race finishes? I hope today will be the one. I'll probably jinx myself again. But anyway, I hope so. Because then that will be an ILR record. So, all the ILR races, Bahrain races this week have been incredible. ILR3 Xbox on Friday. If you didn't watch that, please watch that back. That was insane. And these people are at a similar skill level to the ILR3 Xbox guys. So, I'm absolutely excited to see what goes on. As everyone is lining up on the grid, as Lenny is going to be the last person to cross the line. And then we are about to start. And Truesdale actually did hards to mediums in ILR1 and won it. Which worked out, so it could work out maybe, I don't know. But anyway, the 5 red lights are about to come on. The engines are revving here. We have got Owen on the right, Norman's on the left. Who's going to get a good start? 5 red lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. And Owen's got a very good start, and we're seeing quite a few people gaining positions. Paga is gained off the start as well, with Dylan losing a bit of ground as well, but a bit of chaos at the front maybe? No, there isn't, as people are trying to find a way up front into turn number 1. As Alex Kidder's drops down to the 4th. Our commentators curse him already as he tries to get past Dougie. Dougie's had a very good start from the grid, so he's up into 4th place, which is pretty decent from where he qualified, which is pretty good as well. As Dylan and Alex are going to try and make a move around turn 7, which is going to be very tight, going through to turn 8. This is going to be very tricky to make a move in. But looks like, I think Dylan holds on to P4 for now, which he does. That is very tricky to make an overtake if I see one. And Paga's dropped it. He's in P10 at the moment. He goes past the Williams of Cohen. I think it's the Williams. And they go side by side going into turn 11. Don't forget, DRS is disabled until lap 3. So all they've got to rely on is slipstream. As we did have problems at the back, I think. Westy has dropped a position. Let me just drop. where is Westy? There we go. Westy's in last. CJ Slicks is in Spaghetti Chips. He's all the way up into 12th. So we avoided that carnage already. And, I thought I saw some chaos up front, but luckily not. We're going 3 wide into the straight, coming up here with Joachim, Pedro, and Spaghetti Chips as they try to go around the outside. There's a few people going off the circuit. That is very close indeed. As Joachim goes around the inside. Pedro to the outside as he tries to defend. It's going to be absolutely tight going into turn 1 here. Let's see if he can make it stick. And he gets another chance going into turn 4. Looks like he stays it. Oh, there's contact between the Haas drivers. There's chaos from the back of the field already. That was intense, I must say. That's put Pedro down a place. Terra Racer down in 16th. Joachim down in 17th. That is chaos down the front there. And there we go. Resty is down into P18. And the gap between first and second, 9/10 per second. So the 2 leaders still following close pursuit. And so is Dougie as well. So Lawmans and Dougie is going to have advantage of DRS. You can see the train coming up behind as well. A battle for the lead. This is getting absolutely insane right now. Oh, we're seeing a Bahrain part 2 to what I was doing on Friday. I think we will, because this is going to be absolutely brilliant as we got a yellow flag. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was. But anyway, Pago just got past Cohen. Pago now up into P8. Now, Pago not having a good start this week than he did last week. Pago really needs to step up his game because he won last week. So hopefully he can live up to his name as Lenny goes around the outside into turn 15. And he makes the job done. What a move from that corner. That was insane from Lenny. Good job. He's up into 9th place and he's in the points. But Cohen is going to have another go. DRS will be enabled pretty soon. Let me get telemetry up so we can see if DRS is enabled. As Lenny tries again to get the switch back. Maybe not. Cohen could get another chance. It is a light in saviours, I must say, for Cohen to try and get the move done as well. Josh could be on course for catching up to Campbell pretty soon as well. These guys are on fire at the moment. So, let's just check positions then for who's gained a Supercharge award, and it is Lenny, hands down. Lenny from last on the grid to P9. He has had a sensational start. So, he gets a Supercharge award for ILR3 this week. Closely followed by Josh, who's also had a good start. Josh is up into P7. So, the 2 Renault-powered cars, the engine, is doing very well. Owen's doing well as well. He's already pulled up a 1.3 second gap between him and Norman. So he's having a good start as well. And Norman's could be under pressure from Dougie if he's not careful. So Norman's really needs to find the pace before Dougie can catch him. We shall see. Almost everyone's in DRS range apart from Kryptonite, Tom, and that laggy person. And Pedro and Resty not having the best of races, but hopefully they could recover towards the end there. We'll have to wait and see, as Dougie is really going at it at the moment. He just set the fast lap of the race so far. Can Dougie challenge Lawmans into turn 1? Not at the moment, but you'll get another run going into turn 2. He's going to be very close. And if he keeps this up, he can catch up to Owen as well, which will be decent pace for him. As Dougie has got the DRS, yes he has. He stays behind. He also has got Dylan and Alex Killer. Oh my God! Look at this train. Look at this train. They're pretty much fighting. And Alex Killer has got a very good view of it as well, because if any one of the guys make a mistake, he can make a way to pounce. And I think Owen must be loving this, because he must be seeing the gap pull off and seeing everybody else battle like crazy, which is what he's hoping for. The CJ Slicks, oh no! He brought it into turn 6 or 7. I'm losing track of my turns at the moment. But CJ Slicks has lost it, which is a bit of a shame for him, as he's down in 16th for the moment. Not the best of races so far, but he has gained 1 place. So, it's not been the worst. But he's going to have Pedro on his tail as well, if he's not careful. So, on lap 4, and it's been absolute mental. Let us know who your performance is so far, as Joachim is right behind Terra Racer as well for P14. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. I don't think Joachim is going to challenge for the move now, as we're seeing tracking of evolution starting to come into effect. Here's Paga set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well, so maybe we can see him climb up through the field as well. He's only 4 tenths behind Josh then, as Joachim's going to go to the inside. As I thought someone was lagging for a minute there, but Joachim makes his way past Terra Racer up into 14th. He's 1.5 seconds behind his teammate Yagi person. That laggy person, I said waggy person there. I was thinking of another person I know called him. But anyway, sorry about that. As I don't think... Oh, Terra Racer almost had another look there, but not quite. Now, what about Dougie? He's just not making the moves that he needs to get past Normans. But we've got Dylan and Alex Killer following really close behind. As I think the DRS around here is very OP, because it is really hard to overtake until you get to turn 11, the tight S section. So they obviously won't take each other in the straight unless one guy has the DRS and the other guy isn't. We'll have to wait and see anyway. As this is getting feisty between these two. As Alex is hoping for a better result than last week. He's also got Campbell and Josh behind as well. Oh my word. It's going to be hard to keep up as well. It's going to be hard to watch the battles as well at this rate. And the way it was going as well. It also kind of reminds us of ILR4 as well. ILR4 PS4 was pretty good as well when I watched that back. So it's Bahrain, one of the best races on the calendar in terms of commentating. I think so. But just look at this. Dougie has already pulled up some very good pace on Normans. So what can he do now? As Dylan's also going to challenge him, and so is Alex Killer. There is no signs for some of these guys from moving any type of position. Really, they're not pouncing, to be honest. They just want to make the move stick and do it ASAP, which is what they want to do anyway. Pedro has got a 5-second stop go penalty. No, it's a 3-second time penalty. Sorry, and he's one of the first time penalties of the session. I can't believe I called Pedro Torpedo almost. The ILR3 guys are never going to live that down, and I know who's going to put Banter in that straight away. I know it, but I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say, but they're probably going to message me later about it, which I'm dreading. So, Paga up into P7, Campbell up into P6. Lenny's still holding up to P9 as well, which is pretty decent to see. But let's jump back for the battle for P2 then, as Dougie, can he get the jump this time? He is pushing. He is absolutely pushing. And don't forget the pit window for the mediums. I think it's around lap 10 to 13. So these guys will start to pit around about then. Normans is already trying to think of ways to cover off Dougie from behind, which is really aware of him. As we'll have to wait and see. Do we have any action up behind? No, we don't. I think they're all so close together. I think neither of them don't want to get involved in any incidences. Spaghetti Chips and Josh are having a little bit of a battle there as well for P8. I'm sorry I missed that, as I think Josh was going to try and Spaghetti Chips. Oh, they all touch each other. That was very close. I don't think there was any damage from the pair of them. So looks like they are okay at the moment, as Spaghetti Chips up into 8 after that battle as well. Joachim. Oh! That was also another touch as well. Is that rear ring damage from Spaghetti Chips? I don't know. Josh may have to be forced to concede the place as he goes around the inside of Lenny. And he's been forced off the circuit, Lenny. That is a shame from Lenny, as Lenny's down to 9th now. He's going to have Cohen on his charge as well. He's going to sense the opportunity to attack. He's like, if you're not getting that position, I'm going to. And that's what he's going to try and do, possibly when he gets through to turn 1. Coming up as well. This is getting absolutely feisty in terms of strategy. Now, strategy will come into play. And Norman's is being told by his Jeff to push. He's got the rich mixture on. 1.5 seconds now between him and Owen. It was now 1.8 earlier. So he is starting to push a little bit. But he's trying to save fuel in key moments of the race, because you don't really want to run out at all. I almost ran out in Bahrain now on Thursday, and I think that was towards the end, so I had to spend about 5 or 6 laps of fuel saving, and that costed me a lot of time. So hopefully these guys don't make the same mistakes as what I did on Thursday. So lap 8 to 29, and Owen still leads. Lawman in second. Dougie in third place. Dougie is still right on the back of it. Well, neither of these guys are pouncing at the moment. As you can see that all the top three are still close to each other, followed by Dylan and Alex Killer and Campbell behind. And look at this, Pagger is also going to join the fight as well. Maybe Pagger can hold up the other guys to help his teammate. Because I think Pagger and Owen must be in a party together, and I know they want to help each other to the limit. So that's probably what Pagger wants to try and do, is to help his teammate. Because they have both cars in this week. It's quite remarkable that all 18 cars are still in this race in lap 8. Please don't say I've jinxed myself. I probably did. But anyway, as Pagger still on Campbell's nose at the moment, it is going to get absolutely intense. Lenny's gained 10 positions, oh my word. He's apart from a few mistakes, he's doing quite well, but he's about 3.5 seconds behind Pagger, so he's got some making up to do, but he will probably get some time during the pit stop then, as Dougie is going to try and make a move into turn 1 on Lawman's then. Let's see what Lawman's can do as he gets a switchback. Lawman retains P2. Nice defensive work from Lawman. What about Dougie? It's the saving grace for Dougie in turn 4. Goes around the inside. They touch. They touch again. That's cost them. Also, Lawman's teammate is also behind as well. So maybe more teammates can. So Dougie is stuck in a Toro Rosso sandwich. So I think Dylan might be helping his teammate as well. I won't be surprised. And due to that battling, Owen's managed to increase his gap to 2.2 seconds. And that laggy person has just set the fastest lap of the race so far, as we've got the Force India almost trying to get past Dylan as well. I swear, it's every lap so far there's been battle after battle after battle. As he tries, no, not quite around here. I think we haven't seen many overtakes around here at the moment, but we can possibly see it towards the end, possibly as well. As Alex Killer still finds some good time in P5. He's dropped 2 positions from his starting position, but he is making a comeback. He can still get a podium from this. It is not over from Alex Killer. Oh, we went through the outside, but decided to back out for him for good measure. DRS flap is wide open for Dougie, Dylan and Alex Killer then. Let's see what happens, as Pagger is going to be the first person to dive it into the pit lane, and he's hoping that the undercut would work. And I think it's playing the team game, because I think Pagger has seen the other guys battling from in front of them, so he knows not to let his teammate pit first, but rather him pit first, which I think that is what they're going to do. Hopefully I can read their minds, probably not, but I'm not a mind reader. But lap 10 now, we are going to start to see everyone on the medium tyres come in, and let me just get the tyres up actually. As Pedro, he's also in the pits as well. He goes on to the hards, and so does Pagger as well. Westy still on the hards as well, along with Joachim, Terra Racer, CJ Slicks, and Pagger. Pedro goes into the pits. The battle per second is still pretty close together, and I think Lawman's is just about pulling away from Dougie, but Dougie is going to be under more threat. So, and one of these guys will pit at the same time. I know who will not pit at the same time. The 2 Toro Rossos. The 2 Toro Rossos will definitely not pit. Because obviously, otherwise, unless they do a dummy, but that probably won't work. We almost saw a few people do dummies in ILR1 earlier, where they tripped people to go into the pits, but it kind of didn't work for them. So we'll have to wait and see. As the top 2 staying out for now, with the top Dougie and Alex Killer in the pits. No, Dougie Dylan is in the pit, sorry, and Lawman stays out. So I think I won't be surprised if either one of the top 2 is going to do the exact opposite to what the other does. I think that's what they're both waiting for, but they can't push the mediums on for too long. But I think they want to stretch it out a little bit, so to make sure those hards go to the end of the race and they could start pushing when they need to. Now, just a quick reminder, I will be doing podium interviews. I will need to figure out how to do it, in terms of PS4, but hopefully there will be podium interviews today. I tried it on ILR3 Xbox on Friday and it worked, so I will need to tinker with a few things before I do that. So I will need to tinker with a few situations. But anyway, nice to see everyone in the chat as well. We got Shadow, we got Onyx, Lewis as well. Nice to see you. It's good to get support from ILR3 anyway. And there's ILR2 going on at the same time as well. But if I were you, I would say watching ILR3 because ILR3 is getting spicy. Right, I don't know why I said it like that, but there we go. And knowing from some of the drivers, they want to see if ILR3 gets the best views for the week. But also we'll see out of the lower tiers anyway. But anyway, Kryptonite, Dougie's teammates doing quite well in P6. Dougie has come out ahead of Paga, as yes, the top two appeared at exactly the same time then. So it's going to be the battle of the pit crew. Well, it's going to be a advantage for the Toro Rosso. They're too further up the pit lane, as Owen has already gone past him already. So he's onto the hard as well. Lawmans, what about Lawmans? Lawmans, I love Lawmans' helmet. It's gold. But I think Lawmans has gained time on Owen. I might be wrong. And Owen is coming across traffic as well. That's probably not going to help him, but that's going to help. That's going to help Lawmans massively. Gain some time as well. So he really needs to get past Terra Racer ASAP really. So Lawmans needs to push if he wants to challenge Owen for the lead of this race. I would like to see a battle to the end. That would be impressive, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so we are going to see where everyone else is going to go on. I think Alex, Killer and Cohen are on a set of, I think they are going to go out long as well, and so is Kryptonite. And Lawman is already stretching the gap 2.2 seconds. Owen really needs to make the move past him now. Unless, I think Owen's hoping for Terra Racer to pit, but he can't rely on that at the moment. He's got to make the jump, because otherwise Lawmans is going to catch him. And he doesn't want that. He wants to have the comfortable train going into the lead. And Cohen and Alex Killer going to the pits then. They had a good medium steering run, so I think they're going to be in good stead. They could get the overcut, you know. I might be wrong. But we'll just have to wait and see as Cohen is going to see. Cohen drops. Alex Killer is going to go past these guys. Oh, this is spicing up already. And I think Owen's made his way past Terra Racer. So Owen is the net lead of this race. But meanwhile, let's watch this intense battle out of the pit lane then. Oh my God. Campbell's on the set of hards as well. So is Dinanan and Spaghetti Chips as well. All followed closely behind. This is going to get absolutely mental. They're on fresh set of hards now, so they can start to push. But they can't push too much if they want to get their tyres to the end of the race. Alex Killer almost looking at the inside of Paga there into turn 8. But unfortunately, this is a no-go situation for Alex Killer. He's about 2 seconds down the road for now. So we'll have to wait and see. We've got a yellow flag, and yeah, my jinx has come to true. That laggy person is the first one out. And let's go on board with Pedro. Pedro, where are you? I'm just going to see where laggy person, I think it was turn 8. I won't be surprised if it was the turn 8 wall. That is quite an odd place to bin it, but he might have found the mediums a bit too difficult. But anyway, less about retirement. Let's concentrate on this pretty much intense battle that's coming into fruition at the moment. Campbell's going to have a bit better of a run on Ali's Killer as well. But let's see, we've got pretty intense stuff already happening, as I think Joachim is trying to get past that laggy person has left the session, and he's not happy with that as well. As Campbell's going to go around the inside into turn 4. Is it going to be the first overtaking manoeuvre around this corner? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Here we go. Campbell is into the P10, and he's going to go in the points as well. Yellow flag. Oh, Joachim. Joachim spun. Joachim has spun. Not quite sure what happened there, if he had contact with anybody, but he has spun. It's not going to do his tyres any good, but I don't think he's got any damage. But he's still right on the back of this train from Dylan, Campbell, Alex Killer. It is quite a jump, really. So, yeah, it is quite a jump. We'll have to find out and see what happens there. But, you know, Campbell, I think he's a little bit too further behind us. We've got the Toro Rosso. He's gone wide as well into turn 14, or it might be turn 13. I'm losing track of my turns tonight. But, yes, as the two Mercedes, well, Darren is not doing very well. Darren did really well last week. Unfortunately, he did not this week so far. As all the Red Bull goes inside of CJ Slicks. No, he's in the outside, actually, into turn 1. CJ Slicks gets the bare exit, not touching, keeping it clean for now. CJ Slicks will have the DRS. He's going to go around the outside. Pagger defends from the inside, which is what he needed to do, as Pagger's up into P6. Meanwhile, down for P12. Josh and Spaghetti Chips also having another battle as well. I think they've been fighting all race as well. Lenny, I think Lenny's dropped out massively due to those pit stops, and if he pitted earlier, he might have still been in the P9 or P8 or whatever. So a few guys in the chat are hoping for the guys to be captured to the slipstream, which we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully none of these guys will make any mistakes, but we'll just have to wait and see as these goes on, because we see in ILR1, if they were very close to each other, then this will go horribly wrong. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't. I will definitely be watching this tier next week, and when Hugo's commentating, because this tier is absolutely amazing. It's grown on to love it. Unfortunately, I can't fill in for Sundays from like 1st September, so I'm going to miss this actually, because it's actually been quite fun. As Lenny is still charging, I think he's been told by his Jeff to push, or he might have had a few people in the party as well. Joachim in the pits as Terra Race has got past Normans. I don't know why Terra is challenging for the position, because he's on 15 lap use hards, but I think he wants to stretch the gap so he can go on to a set of the mediums, but he doesn't want to hold everybody else up, so I don't know what to call for that point. But anyway, the first person to go on to a set of the medium tyres is Joachim. And I think, as far as I'm mistaken, that could last to the end of the race. Not entirely sure about that one. I can't call it at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. As Kryptonite still on the hard tyres. He's making it work, actually. He's doing very well on the hard tyres. He's got, let me just look at the gap, actually, to see where he comes out of. He'll come out in, I think, 13th, which will be decent. But Kryptonite, I'm just seeing where he finished last week, 9th. So he still wants to get some decent points. We'll just have to wait and see as the session goes on, as Kryptonite does go into the pits then. So the order that you will see is the order, excuse me, my throat's going. But anyway, the order you're seeing is basically the order on circuit. We're pretty much halfway through this race already. As, oh, okay. Oh yeah, CJ Slicks is on the hard tyres. And, oh, Terra Racer, he's on the hard tyres as well. He's pitting. And they're going on certain mediums as well. Can they catch up to the end, as Joachim has got a 3-second time penalty? Time penalties are starting to come thick and fast here, as I'm just missing this battle between Dylan and Campbell going to turn 1. There's also a big scrap at the back, but meanwhile, let's concentrate on the battle for P7 as Campbell just gets P6 for now. Cohen is going to challenge Spaghetti Chips, and I think Josh has lost not 1 but 2 positions. That is not where you want to be right now. Josh can't afford to make any mistakes. Westy's gone to the pits as well. He's going to go on for a set of mediums, and he's not giving up, which is a good thing to do, because you never know, the guys up front or the guys in front of him might make some mistakes. So Westy is going to hang it in there, and he could still have an opportunity. Now Normans is on fire. 1.4 seconds He's closing the gap between him and Owen Wyatt. So the win is not sealed yet. It is not sealed yet. And possibly Dougie could be in this as well. And Pagger. So, you know, it is not over. So Norman is starting to pull away from the guys battling there. So you never know what could happen here. This could get very spicy at the end. To be honest, whoever wins this will be very well deserving. So I'm not rooting particularly for anyone, but we'll have to wait and see. As Pagger makes a move around the... almost touching from Alex Killer in the Force India. So Alex Killer has now lost a bit of pace then, but here comes Pagger. Battle for the last podium spot. They really want to have 2 Red Bulls on the podium to close the gap to Mercedes in the Constructors. I think at this rate, if Owen gets the win and if Pagger gets P3, then Red Bull would lead the Constructors' Championship. I think, if I've done my math correctly, as Pagger tries to make a run into turn 8. He gets the outside line. He still holds on to the outside line. Dougie covers him off though. Now approaching turn 10. Please do not brake late. Oh, that was close indeed, but they're still battling side by side as well. Norman needs to start to push if he still wants to hold on to the win. Alex Killer also going to try and move around the outside as well. Look at this. Alex Killer just made his way past Pagger. What a move. What a move from Alex Killer there. That was sensational. He's pushing to the limit with these hard tyres. Don't forget, he's on newer tyres to Pagger, so you never know. And I think he's on newer tyres to Dougie as well. So surely he's going to get past Dougie as well, and he could catch up to Lawrence as well. There's so many things to think about. The podium positions are not sealed. I wonder who I'm going to be talking to in the interviews as well. As look at this, Dougie tries to fend off Alex Killer for the last podium position. Pagger drops it, he's down in 6th. As they going side by side into turn 4, Alex Killer up into P3, he's in the podium. Now, if he can find about 3 seconds, he can catch up to Lawmans. And if that's the case, then Alex Killer will definitely be one of my contenders for driver of the day, because he's been sensational. Dylan still right on the back of the this bunch, this train as well. I think, to be honest, I think Dylan was hoping for a mistake there, but unfortunately that didn't work. And yeah, the podium was thrown away, sadly, for Pagger, I think, unless he can catch up to Dougie, unless he can start to warm his tyres up. Lawmans is still finding a way to catch to Owen. He's gaining, I think, a few temps, but he just lost it again. And I can't find which place on the circuit he gains and which place he doesn't. So if I can find out which place he gains and which place he doesn't, then I can tell if he can catch up to Owen by the time this race is done. But no matter what happens, the top 3 have done sensational at the moment, and let's just see who's got fastest lap at the moment. I'm very intrigued. But I won't check now. It's Campbell, and Pagger's going to try and make a move past Campbell into turn 1. Pagger to the inside, and he does it. Yes, Pagger does it. He's on the charge. That podium, he wants that podium so badly. He can taste it. He can feel it. Campbell also wants that podium. We'll have to wait and see as well. Dylan still right on the back of Campbell as well. Dougie still right on the back of Alex Killer. Lawmans 1.3 seconds. He's going to be under DRS range at some point as well. So Owen needs to push. He needs to possibly get... well, he's probably saving some fuel, thinking he was far ahead. But now he really needs to start pushing. But meanwhile, I think Lawmans is losing in sector 2. I think... No, Lawmans is gaining. Lawmans is not just gaining by a few tenths. He's gaining by a lot. He's gaining by a lot here. And I think Owen's Jeff must be telling Lawmans is right behind you. You need to get a move on. It's hammer time. But we'll see. But I hope we get a last lap battle at the end. And if that's the case, I'll definitely be clipping it. So please, Lawmans, close up, because that will be a nice battle to see the end of this race with. But anyway, lap 21 and 29, this has been a superb race so far, and this midfield battle has been really, really good so far. As Campbell is going to see, I think Pagger's going to get another position. Pagger is going to be on fire once again. He's going to take the left-hand side. This time, does it? Dougie holds on to another line, but doesn't quite work out for him. I think Dougie's going to have the better run in turn 4, though. There's a yellow flag. Who's that yellow flag set to 3? That's probably someone that's gone off the circuit. Set to 1 and 3. Oh, it's Josh. It is Josh, I think, who's lost it. Oh, I think now's his front wing completely gone. Hopefully he won't get caught up in traffic, as Joachim is out as well. That is a shame. Cohen, I think CJ Slicks has dropped as well. CJ Slicks and Terra Race are having a battle in his turn. I can't remember what turn it is. Oh, it was turn 4. So, yeah, Lawman was in DRS range of Owen. So, I can almost guarantee we will see a battle for the lead towards the end of the Grand Prix. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. As we've got Cohen and Tom having a little bit of a scrap as well for the last point. So, let me just see who's got fastest lap so far. Fastest lap is Kryptonite with a 1:30.1, but he's on set the mediums. Is he going to hold on to that? We'll have to wait and see. Now, I got a question. Is Lawmans going to put a fight against... is he going to battle him in the last few remaining moments of the race? I think so. I think he is. He's having the pace. He wants to do it. Unless he's not going to get caught up in any battle behind him. So I think he's going to catch up to him. Look at this. Cohen's having a little bit of a battle. Pagger's out having another battle with Dougie again. Dougie's dropped it down to 4th. Pagger's up to 4th now. Pagger could still be on a charge for this podium. The podium is not far out of reach for Pagger. Really, to be honest, he's got to make the jump surely sooner or later. I did say he was struggling about 5 or 6 laps ago, but he's starting to go on a comeback and let his positive mindset go. So let me just get fastest lap again. Fastest lap was a 1:30.162. It's not the fastest we have seen all week, but it's still pretty decent. But meanwhile, the battle for the lead is getting feisty. 1 second. He needs to fight. He's in DRS. He's in DRS. He's going to catch up now as well. Owen needs to start pushing. Lawmans needs to start pushing. Let's see. Can Lawmans get the jump that he needs? He got to do it now. He is on the charge right now. He's got good DRS. Owen is not going to have advantage to DRS. Look at this. Look at this. He has found so many temps in that lap that I think Lawman's tyres, was a lot better. I think that lap. So I don't think he's going to challenge into turn 4 for now, but I'm just going to see penalties. I don't think any of the top 3 have got penalties, but I will check. Owen is penalty free without any warnings. Lawman's 2. Alex Killer has got 1. So top 2 are really fighting for positions here. So let's see if... I think Lawman has got really better speed on coming up into that corner. I think both of them really want the win. I don't think... Has Lawman's won an ILR yet? I don't know. Lawman's almost had a look in turn 11 but couldn't quite do it. I don't think Lawman's has won in ILR. I don't think he has. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could this be another race where I am commentating on someone's first ILR win? That will just be a record in the season itself. I don't know. But if Owen wins, it will be his first win since ILR3 Season 5 in Australia. And, oh, Owen trying to do a dummy there. Cheeky. Very cheeky, trying to do the dummy and try to trick Lawmans, but couldn't quite work out. As Lawman tries to go around the outside, but couldn't quite do it. I think Owen is being told to pick up the pace a little bit. It is going to be a battle for the finish. Lawmans goes to the outside. Owen covers off from the inside. So I think this is feisty to not follow this lead battle, but there's still much battling happening in the midfield as well. Because I'm too scared to jump off this, because if I do jump off this, then something could happen and I miss it. So I want to pay attention as much as I can. And you never know, but I think another battle we could be seeing soon as well is Dinanan and Dougie as well, potentially. As Norman's, I think just Norman's, I think it's waiting for the perfect opportunity. I won't be surprised if Norman's goes and pits. No, not pits. Goes in and challenges him on the final few laps, because then Owen doesn't have much time to respond. But Lawman's is ever so close now. I don't know. Oh, Lawman's had a little bit of a slide there. Could this be? I don't know. But I think Lawman's tyres are starting. I do see a bit of a thing coming out of his tyres, but that was too close for comfort. I think Norman's has found some pace a little bit there. Phew. I was hoping to see more of a battle on this, but Owen's starting to pull away ever so slightly. Did that mistake cost him the win of this race of Norman's? But I don't know. But anyway, Spaghetti Chips past Campbell, then turn 1. Spaghetti Chips now up into P8. Yes, go on, Lenny. Come on. You're doing well. Dinanan going past in turn 4, 5 as they're going side by side. They're still touching. They're still touching ever so slightly. I think what's been happening, to cause a bit of a slide, I think Owen's been the one that's been saving on his tyres. Norman's hasn't, I don't think. And I think that's what's helping, as Paga's still catching up to Alex Kiddo as well. The podium is still yet in sight for Paga. I think Mercedes will still lead the constructors anyway, because they'll have 2 wins in a row if this keeps like this. But it is not over yet. Dougie and Dinanan going into turn 12. Dinanan, he's going to do all he can to try and fend off Dougie, and he does. It is a slight bendy, twisty section. You really need high wings to get that corner right. And I think that's what Dinanan and Dougie has. We'll just have to wait and see, as Dougie almost trying to have a little bit of a move going there as well. Well, on lap 26, we've got 3 more laps to go of this race, and to be honest, I've been enjoying it so much, I don't want this race to end. Anyway, Dougie goes past into turn 1, and I think his teammate's going to help as well. Look at this, Kryptonite. He's going to do the dummy, he's going to go around the outside. This will be the move of the race if he does that. I was hoping he was going to make it stick, but he didn't. But he could get it done here. This could be the move of the race. Let's see if he goes round the outside of them. I can't watch. They're going 3 wide into turn 6. Oh, no. I jinxed it. I absolutely jinxed it. Oh, Kryptonite, what have you done? What have you done? Dinanan's off as well. So, yeah, I think tyres are starting to die, I think, for the people that have been on the hard tyres for quite a long time. Oh, my God. But let's jump back for the battle for the lead, because it's not over. It is indeed not over. Lawman's just needs to find the time, but I think he will challenge at some point. The question is when. He almost had a chance there going into turn 15. And I think the thing, he lost time. I think he always loses time in sector 2. But he always gains time in sector 1. Look at this. Norman is getting a very good one into turn 1. He's going to get the inside of Owen. And he's going to take the lead. No, he's not. Owen just holds on to the lead with some good defensive work from him. Lawman is catching. He's still catching, but I don't think he's going to get the edge on him into turn 4 as he would have liked. So they're pretty much going to be changing positions, I think, until the end of this race. This is sensational stuff. I don't know. I'm just going to check who has. I think Lawman's. I think according to the chat, I think Lawman's had a lot more ERS than Owen. I don't know. I haven't ride on board in Owen for such a long time. 62. So they're pretty much even on ERS. So And we got yellow flag in sector 1. I don't know what that is. And someone in the chat says Lawman's have got to send on lap 28, so there's no comeback from Owen. You can read my mind ever so slightly there. Did Lawman's make a mistake? He's about a second behind. Lawman's needs to get the jump now. He needs to make the move this lap. If he doesn't make the move this lap, it's pretty much his chances of winning the race. He's got to make the jump now. He's out of DRS. He's out of DRS range at the moment. I think he's just gained it going towards the main straight. But I don't think it's close enough. Maybe he's done very well. I think the Haas are starting to struggle a little bit there. I think it's just a question of who is going to manage them well. But, boy, if you just join us for ILR3, this is going to get absolutely spicy. And I know whoever wins this is going to post a good reaction on Twitter and I'm going to retweet it. Because I know if Lawman's wins, then Lawman's is going to get his first win reaction and it will be nice for him. We'll have to wait and see anyway. Lawman's, he's got to do it. He's got to make the lunge now. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's just waiting till the last minute. I don't know. Lawman's hasn't led a race yet. He hasn't led a lap. Could this be a Sebastian Vettel moment or a Jenson Button moment from Canada 2011 where the winner is decided on the final lap and they haven't led a lap except the final lap? This could be, as Owen is doing all he can to cover him off. Please, you two, don't make any mistakes. I want to see this battle going to the end, please. Oh my God, this is... Hugo, why are you missing this? This is getting absolutely intense. Hugo, I hope you're going to like this next week because, oh, this is going to get feisty, I can tell you. Lawman's, is he going to... He's going for it. No, he's not. Oh, is he? Is he? Oh, is this... Oh, nope, he doesn't. He almost had it. He almost had him there. Oh, my God. I think both of their hearts must be sending each other in the mouth at the moment. I don't think that makes sense, but there we go. But, meanwhile, the battle for 7 is getting feisty. Kryptonite and Dylan I'll also have a scrap. I think I said Dylan wrong, but there we go. Dylan is... Oh, we got a scrap as well for P6, P5, as Spaghetti Chips and Dougie are having a little bit of a run as well. Look at this. This is going to get fights between the two as they go to past 10, 7 and 8. I think Lenny's going to get the better run here. Can he? No, he doesn't. Dougie holds on, I think. Oh, this is going to be close between these two. No. Oh, Lenny made a mistake. Lenny made a mistake. I literally cannot watch this. Oh, Lawman's just went wide a little bit. I think that's his chance gone. I think that's his chance gone, sadly. But what a fight Lawman's has put it on. Absolutely sensational. Both the top two, actually. But I don't think it's meant to be unless he can get DRS. But anyway, they both cross the line. Owen takes his first win in Season 6, a second for Red Bull. They lead the Constructors' Championship. Alex Killer comes across the line in third. Hager, fourth place. What a result from him as he recovers from his horrible start. Dougie up into fifth. Spaghetti Chips. Oh, it was close towards the line there. Campbell and Cohen. CJ, I think their teammates are having a little bit of a fight as well. Look at this. No, not quite. So the last point does go to Darren then. No, I didn't say Alexa. Oh my God. They think my Alexa said Alexa. Oh God. Anyway, Pedro is going to come across the line in 40. I need to figure out how to set my cables up now for the interviews. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Will I have enough time? I don't know. I am going to try something, and if it doesn't work, I'll have to try another thing for next week. But anyway, we've got Resty. Oh, he's been the wall there, but somehow he's finished. So far, we've only had 2 retirements, which is... I'm quite surprised on that, but it is good. But that was a sensational race to end off all the leagues today. And Lenny's also had a good result as well. So I am going to see what I can do with the sound a minute, because I have tried something, but it's probably not going to work. I'll need to plug in another set of headphones otherwise. I might have to, actually. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I will figure out something. But anyway, here is Owen, his second win. Well, his first win in Season 6. His first win since the beginning of Season 5. I can honestly say his pace has been looking strong in the opening races. Unfortunately, he binned it in lap 3 Australia, but his pace was looking good before that. I can honestly say he's definitely going to be a title contender this season, and I'm calling it now. Oh, did I just jinx it for him? I don't know. And I'm getting XP again. For God's sake. But anyway, Owen takes the win. I'm absolutely delighted for him. I'm so happy. I don't know why, but I'm just good friends with him, so I'm just happy for him to be on the top step again. So, get in there. I had to hold it in there. I didn't want to show bias during the stream, but there we go. Norman takes P2, and I heard Lenny's mic there for a minute. Anyway, Alex Killer 3rd, Pagger 4th, Dougie 5th, Lenny 6th, Kryptonite 7th, Campbell 8th, Dinner 9th, and Tom 10th. Now, driver of the days. It's got to be, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a toss between the top 3. I will have to give it to Alex Killer, because Alex Killer was a bit too further down the grid, and that move he made earlier was insane. So I will have to give driver of the day to him. No question about it. Now, what I need to do is I need to figure out something a minute, so excuse me a minute. I do have time, so it's alright. I need to, oh, my headphones are dying. The thing is, I'm not in the ILR3 chat, so I can't add any of the other two on PSN unless they can add me. I don't know if they're watching the stream. Right. So, let me just hold on a sec. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. Right. I've dropped a bit of frames, which is a bit annoying, but. There we go. And let me just switch a minute to the stream. There we go. And I don't think I'm able to hear. Oh, great. I'm not able to hear things. Just hold on a sec. I need to do this. And that. Right, there we go. I think... Right. So... And then I'm going to do... I should have sorted this out last minute, but I completely forgot. But anyway, right, I'm gonna set up a party as well. If I can't set this up, then I'll probably have to end the stream. But I'm almost certainly I do have the winner added, so I'm definitely gonna speak to him. So I don't have the others. Output. I'm just checking if I can still hear anything. I think I'm still good for that. I think I'm good. Right. Okay. I don't know why it's coming up with something else. I don't know. Oh, jeez. this is the beauty of setting things up last minute. I should have tested it up beforehand, but I never did. And it's completely fell in my face, really, which is annoying. Let me just do this and that. There we go. That's better. Right. Hopefully I've got it working. And oh, my phone's gone. But oh my, that was a good race. And I will need, before I start adding people, I will need to add everybody on PSN as well. This is going to take a while. Right. Do I have any other guys? Hopefully so I'll just... Whilst I sort out the interviews, guys, I'll just mute my mic for a minute. Right, I've got everyone now added, so I am going to unmute this and I'm going to get them all into the party. Now, question is, will they all get into the party? I don't know. And will they accept my friend request? We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, so hopefully what I sorted with this should work as well. I think we've got it working, kinda. Right, okay. So I will create a party in a minute. Just a second. Right, so I don't have any of the others, which is annoying. So just excuse me a second. Right, so, oh, no, I wasn't meant to mute that. So, I have, okay, I'm just checking I've got Alex could have added. Yeah, I've got Alex. Have I got Lawmans? Yes, I've got Lawmans. Okay, I've got everyone. It's all good. But anyway, let's get them all in. Let's get them all in. And let me go back to the game. There we go. So hopefully we'll get an invite for them soon. But don't forget to join us for ILR3 next week when Hugo will be back. And just wait. I've invited all three to the party. They've all added me. So
hello.
So I've joined. There we go. We got someone that's joined the party anyway. So I think I've got my speakers wrong. Oh no, it's all good. So anyway, Owen, your first win since ILR season 5 in Australia. Did that felt good today?
Well, I felt more nervy. The last 10 laps were horrifying. I kept seeing Lawmans getting bigger and bigger, but yeah, it was a big relief because I bottled last week and yeah, it felt good to actually win for once.
What was the strategy with mediums to hards? Was that going to be the same practice? Did you think of going a different strategy, or was medium to hards the best strategy for you?
It was always the best strategy because it meant you could just keep the tyres in a good working range the whole race. Because at the end, since I had the hards rather than say going softer hards, I actually had enough tyre life to set faster laps, which is probably the reason why I won. So yeah, I think it was the only sort of good strategy for sort of the tyre wearing.
It was getting pretty intense about with Lawmans towards the end there. When you saw Lawmans starting to push, what were you thinking at that moment? Were you saving fuel on tyres or?
Well, I mean, the whole race I've been saving more the ERS just to try and have something at the end. And I was just baffled as to how Lawrence could keep catching me. I thought he was using his ERS at first, but he just kept catching, so yeah. I just kept saving the ERS, and then on the final lap I used as much of it as I could. So yeah, like I said, it was very nervy.
Yeah, when you crossed the line, what was your reaction? Will we find out your reaction at the end of this, or will you just tell us now?
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. You'll see it on Twitter. I don't really know, but my qualifying reaction I think was better because genuinely, I think Alice Culler will tell you. He was asking me what my times were like earlier, and I was telling him I can't even get into the 27s, and I couldn't. No, I genuinely, in practice, you can ask Paget as well.
Liar.
I couldn't.
Liar.
I couldn't.
Liar.
I was losing my head. I think
Shut
I'm
up, shut up,
thinking,
shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
because, no, honestly, I'm always terrible.
I can't get into 28.
No, but I'm always awful at this track.
Bull by fucking 2 tenths, okay.
I qualified last here a couple of seasons ago. I hate this track. I thought it was going to be really bad. So you'll see my reaction on Twitter later for qualifying. It's better than the race reaction because I was just so... It was just disbelief. I thought someone was going to beat it. It just didn't happen. And then the race was sort of that, but less, because I had more time to think about it and thought, I think I sort of come to expect it at some point. But yeah, the coil lap. Look forward to the coil lap. It was much better.
I can't wait to see that. What are your expectations going into the rest of the season? Now you got a win under your belt.
I'm feeling quite confident, because you know I had good pace in Australia, and I've been sweating the game out quite a lot. Like I'm hoping the pace will stay, so I'm hoping I can challenge for the title. But you will see. You never know what can happen. So hopefully I'm keeping the pace up there.
And how about China? How's China been looking for you in terms of pace? Is it one of those dummy tracks as well?
Good at China. I quite like China. It's a track I've always gone well at anyway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to China. I think it's going to be another good one.
I think you're the only person that likes China because I absolutely hate China.
Yeah.
But anyway, well done on the win there, and good luck next week. Lawmans, you almost had him there towards the end, but P2 still a good result for you. How was it for you getting towards the end, knowing that the win was just about in sight?
I was just trying to save as much ERS and fuel as I could, and I was just waiting for that moment that he will make a mistake, and he made it 2 times. So I tried everything, I put everything into that 2 moments, but unfortunately it didn't work out for me.
Brilliant. And the start of your first stint, I think you were probably saving tyres to start with, because I feel like you were pushing more on your second stint than your first stint. What was your plan going into this race, knowing you were going to be challenging for the win once you qualified?
Yeah, I knew if I survived my first stint, I would potentially win the race. And I just survived it, and it was pretty difficult because I don't really like the tire a lot. I am quite slippery at the tire, I don't know why. But it was pretty good that I came in P2 for the pit stop, and then I could push on with the hard tires. That I knew that was my best stint.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that, and you put that out of my mouth. So do you think the hards were easier than the mediums?
For me it was. I liked hards a lot in this game, so.
Yeah, me too. I found that quite good in my race on Thursday as well. And you also got involved in other battles as well with the guys behind. Were you worried that was at the start of your stint? Were you worried that was gonna hinder you a bit to try and gain a position maybe?
Yeah, I knew if someone would overtake me, they would overtake me all. So it was just that was like more nerve-wracking than that last laps.
Yeah, I think I was nervous for both of you because I wanted both of you to win, but unfortunately can only be one winner. So going into the season, now you got P2 under your belt, which is your best result. What are your title aspirations? What are your season aspirations, do you think?
I think I just need to keep consistent and just wait for others to make mistakes, and then it will eventually come towards me.
Very, very good. In China, are you good at that, or you like me and hate China? What you?
Now I'm with Owen. I like China a lot. I think it's a great track for me.
Is it an ILR3?
It's a good track for me. In 2018 I was also having some good results there, so I hope I can keep that going in 2019.
I can't wait to see him. Well done on your result there. And do we have? I didn't see. Do we have Alex Killer in the chat?
Yeah.
We have.
Okay, brilliant. So Alex Killer with P3. Yeah, you had to work from behind. You started quite low as well. And how were those battles for you? Because it must have been very intense.
Frustrating because I saw Owen get away, and then Lawmans, and then yeah, the possibility for me to battle with him is quite low. So just keep consistent, keep Pekka behind, no warnings, just drive. To be honest, I could have been there, but I wasn't. So yeah.
So what were your plans going into the race? So you were planning to do mediums to hards anyway. Were you worried about the guys? But were you worried about the guys behind, or were you just focused on getting a podium?
Nah, I know I was faster than them. Just keep tires alive. I did quite a lot ERS saving at the beginning. I wasn't pushing because why push? Because I was just getting forward with my DRS. Just wait, and then I kept out a lap 12, came in, overcut Campbell and Denis, and just
That was awesome, by the way.
Paga.
That was awesome. That was probably the best of the race, I gotta say. How did you feel when you did that? Did that feel good?
Yeah, because Paga out the way and then overtaking Dougie on the straight. Then I just had to push and get away 1 second, and that was good.
And then going towards the end, there, knowing that P2 wasn't in sight, were you just trying to save your tyres as much as possible?
Yeah, just save the tires. ERS was also low, as well as fuel. And I was just keeping the gap to Paga because he was catching at some point, and I was a bit worried. But it all came out good.
I've asked the same to Owen and Lormans. I'll ask the same to you. What are your expectations going into the rest of the season?
To be honest, I do have the pace to compete, I think. So just keep up podiums, keep consistent, and not much mistaking. So yeah.
And I'll say this again, China. Are you a big fan of China like the other two, or are you going to find it more difficult?
Probably my best track, I would say. China.
Yeah, it's an ILR3 thing.
Probably my best track.
It's just gonna be good fun.
I'm not looking forward to my race on Thursday, but I'm excited for your race next week when Hugo commentates. Okay, I think that's all, unless I don't think any of you guys have any questions. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is my last week filling in for our ILR3, which is sad because it's been great. Hugo will be back next week.
Sounds my luck now.
I will be. I promise you, I'll be in chat and I'll pass your good luck. I'll pass you the luck to you that way. I promise. I promise. But anyway, thanks for watching. Well, you will see Hugo next week anyway, but we will see everyone same time for the Chinese Grand Prix next week, which I hate, but most of these guys like. So, goodbye, everybody.